Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be swatching the new Bperfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette in collaboration with Stacey Marie. This palette's stunning. I mean, hello, these shades are gorgeous. How I'll be swatching this gorgeous palette is I'll be doing it in sections. To start off, I'm going to go with the pinks and purples. Then I think I'm going to do the greens and like blues, and then I'm going to go in with like, for me, the boring shades, the few neutrals, and then the like corally orangey red colors. So that's how I'm going to be swatching it, just so you guys are aware. I'm going to start with the purpley pinks, go to blue and greens, and then finish off with neutrals, well, natural shadows and oranges. This is my first time trying a Bperfect Cosmetics palette, so if you want to see swatches and my thoughts on this palette, just keep watching. This palette is huge. Now, if you've been around these parts for a while now, you know I do not like big palettes. The biggest palette I will go with are like the Morphe big palettes, and even then I'm like, can you guys just make smaller palettes, please? Because it's just insane to me. I don't get as much use out of big palettes. But when I saw this color story, I was like, okay, I need it. Like, it has like everything I would want personally. Plus, I've been dying to try out the Bperfect formula for a while, so I'm excited, and I definitely thought it was the right time to splurge, because all the other palettes had too many neutrals for me and too many natural shades. Like, even like this amount of natural shades, I'm like I don't need them, but it's fine. I know more people are not like me, where I'm like brights. Lots of people are like neutrals with a pop of color, and I'm like, give me the brights. On the back of the palette and on the back of the box, it does show you what shades are for face and body, for face, body, and eyes. It also has the ingredients, just so you guys can see. You get 31 vibrant mattes, 4 duo shift pressed pigments, 3 metallics, and 2 high pigment shimmers. And then you have a net weight of 64 grams. So yeah, just thought I'd show you guys all that info in case you were curious. The palette does come with a huge mirror, a really, really huge mirror. I like how you can see my Harry Potter posters really fucking clear. That's how you can tell how good it is. It's a gorgeous mirror. In my order, I also got this booklet that just has all the information, all the products. I really, really wanted to get one of the highlighters, but I honestly was really broke at the time of getting this. Like, I was hardly able to afford this, so I wasn't able to. I also wanted to try the glosses, but I think this is cool. I mean, obviously, it's a waste of paper, and it makes me not want to throw it out, even though what am I going to do with this? But I don't know, I think it's definitely a cool addition when you buy the palette, I guess. So obviously, I didn't swatch the pink shades in order how they are in the palette. I will tell you what order I went in. So I went Pearl, Lilac, Pink Lily, Magenta, Tahiti, Fruity, Starlight, Amethyst, JJ, Bloom, Grape, and Twilight. And then the last two I swatched were Blackberry and Black Beach, which are just a dark matte purple and the black in the palette. I decided to swatch these with color stories because there's just way too many shades. I would not be able to fit all of these on my arm at once, so I just thought it'd be better to do it in sections. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this color story right now. I love it. Honestly, these are why I picked up the palette. I am a sucker for purpley pinks, and honestly, they're stunning. The different formulas in this palette are going to be interesting for me to try. I've never tried a Bperfect Cosmetics palette before, and there are definitely different formulas. Like Starlight is definitely more of a chunky sort of intense shimmer, whereas like Amethyst is a shimmer metallic, but if you press it into the skin, it definitely becomes more pretty. As for how these shades swatch, they swatch beautifully. I mean, I can't complain. They swatched really well, especially because, like, they're not, some of these colors are not the easiest to formulate, but they swatched really well. The black built up nicely, and it could totally be built up even more. On video, it does not show, but the shade Pearl is like this light champagne-y pink with blue in it. It's absolutely stunning. I can definitely see myself using that on the inner corner like all the time. But yeah, so this is what the pinks look like. I'm really excited to try these on my eyes. They're probably gonna be the first tones I use, honestly, just because I am a sucker for these types of shades. The order that I swatched the greens in is Key Lime, Tahiti Green, Wreath, Tropics, Bamboo, Forest, Lagoon, the Deep, and then the Brown Khaki. These shades are so stunning. I wish it would focus. There we go. Tahiti Green is like my favorite. It's this beautiful, it's literally like the metallic version of the other green. Honestly, just really, really pretty. I mean, the dark green Forest didn't really swatch well. It is super patchy, but that doesn't mean it won't apply well to the eyes. Like we all know, swatches do not dictate how the eyeshadow will work on the eye. I always have to make that disclaimer because I don't want people coming after me. But all these green shades are really, really, really pretty, and I can definitely see, like, you could do, like, some nice, like, fall looks. You could do some bright looks. Like, I definitely like this little selection of blue and green. Random question, but let me know down below how warm it is where you live. Where I live in Canada, in the middle of Canada, in Saskatchewan. I know, weird name. It's been like 36 degrees Celsius all week. It's been so warm and sweaty. So y'all are welcome for me turning off my fan and air conditioning to do the talking parts, because I am sweating buckets right now. It's insane. Greens in this palette are really, really pretty, and everything swatched well except for Forest, which kind of makes sense because Forest is like a very dark green. I'm not sure how it'll translate on the eyes. I definitely think it'll probably need to be blended a little bit more carefully just from how it's swatched, but you never know. I definitely love like this teal, like this super like light, almost pastel teal blue. It's stunning, and I definitely, like, I can see myself using all of these, which is nice. Before I forget, I also want to mention that I did have to pay customs on this order, so if you live outside of the UK, you may need to. They shipped my order with DHL, which always ends up making me have customs. Customs was around 22 US dollar, no, 22 Canadian, so kind of annoying considering how much the palette costs itself, but it's fine. This palette costs around 49 US dollars, I believe. Okay, so the order in which I swatched the browns and oranges and reds is, okay, let's see if I can do this right. I did vanilla, then I did sand, yellow, mango, coral, sundown, then I did the two pinks, Bear, Hibiscus. Then I did Blaze and Chili Pepper. Those are the two reds. Then I went into the poop stain greeny brown color clay, which I love those types of shades. I don't know why it's being cool toned right now. And then I did ginger, tan lines, and then lastly I did, oh, I forgot, I did rum. Rum is this metallic beautiful brown. And then lastly I did cocoa. So this is what they all look swatched. Honestly, these shades are gorgeous. I'm really happy with this palette. Like, honestly, there are so many color choices. Like, you have like blues and greens, you have reds, you have some like normals, and then you have like purples and pinks. Like, I just think it's such a good variety. And honestly, I'm so happy with this metallic brown, because this is a type of like metallic brown that I would use. Like, it has enough of like something pretty to it where it's not boring, in my opinion. The shade of Vanilla is honestly, once again, gonna be one of my favorite inner corner shades. It's just so pretty, and I love like super bright inner corner colors. And the shade Yellow is this beautiful like mac and cheese yellow. It's so pretty. Honestly, all these are really pretty. I love that you get like a normal red, then you get like a deeper red, you get like browns, you get oranges, you get everything you need. Obviously these shades are easier to formulate, so they all swatched really well. I actually have had like no staining with the swatches. As you guys can see, I've been doing one section then another, and what I use is I literally just use like one of these like cotton round things and some micellar water. That is what I use to remove my swatches, and there's been no staining between the colors, which is surprising considering usually pinks and purples and blues and greens will stain, but so far no staining. I always rub my fingers off between shades on the back of my hand and like there's no staining, so that's always a very good sign. And then like, I just can't get over how beautiful this palette is. Like, yes, it's huge, it's like it is bigger than what I would usually go for, just because I just usually don't see myself gravitating towards all the colors because there's just so much, and it kind of is baffling at times to be like, oh my gosh, what look I want to do. But honestly, looking at this, I see a million looks. Like, I could do a pink look, I could do a purple look, I could do even like a natural look. If I was feeling natural, I could go in with the shade Rum, which is stunning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different possibilities with this palette, and honestly the formula swatched really great. Literally the only shades I had any difficulty with was the shade Forest, really. The shade Tan Lines swatched weird, but that's just because of the tone it is. There's nothing really weird about it. It's just the tone. It's more of like a blending shade than what I'd use like all over the lid. But overall, I really do like this palette. You get so many different shades and different formulas. Like I said earlier, you get 31 matte shades, 4 duo shift pressed pigments, 3 metallics, and 2 high pigment shimmers. So you get a variety, and I'm a person who prefers mattes over shimmers, so I would much rather have a palette that is mostly mattes than a palette that has too many shimmers, and this is the perfect like variation for me. Obviously, like I would have loved more like say like a pink like this, but like a metallic, you know what I mean? But I mean, this is all new shades apparently. They have multiple other palettes. Obviously, considering this is the Carnival 3, they have different palettes, and these are apparently all new shades. So if you already own the other palettes, you don't have to worry about overlap apparently, because these are all new, which is great. I, again, don't own any of the other ones, so it's not like it's an issue for me. I'm not someone who cares about a palette having a black eyeshadow. I just don't. Like, I don't tend to gravitate towards them, but I know so many people do. So I definitely think it's great that there's a black, because then you can deepen up shades more if you need to. And then I like that there's like bright inner corner shades. Like, you can go with vanilla, you can go with pearl. Like, you have variations to choose from. Like, it's not like the biggest variation choices, obviously, but it's still good in my opinion. And honestly, I just am like, I was hyped when I got this palette. Like, when I saw the reveal, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is stunning. And considering I don't have any other mail coming this week, this was like a joy to receive. I received it a day early than I was supposed to, so I was super excited. I opened it and I'm excited. I will definitely be doing a look with this soon. I won't be able to have one done so I can put it in the video, but if you check the comments in a couple days, I should be able to tell you guys when I have it up on my Instagram, or if I put it in the community tab, I will try and let you guys know. I'm honestly just so happy with this palette. Like, I can't stop smiling and like I'm like giddy. It's just so pretty, and I'm definitely excited to try a new brand that I've never tried. You know how I am. I always buy ColourPop, Juvia's Place, Colored Rain. You know, I always buy the same brands, but we got a new one, so I'm really excited to try this. When I swatched Blue Moon, like it doesn't swatch the best, as you guys can see when I did finger swatches. Like, it doesn't swatch the best, but like when you actually apply it, it swatches a lot better. So again, that just goes to show that finger swatches don't mean anything when it comes to eyeshadows, which is just fine with me. Thank you guys so much for watching this swatch video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, comment down below any videos you'd like to see me do. Go follow my Instagram, Makeup by TAHITI, because I post every day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.